Hello, Minot sports fans. Good morning, evening, or afternoon, whenever you are listening. Welcome back to another episode of the Minot Sports Podcast, member of the KMSU TV and radio series. We are here for the second episode of the 2021 summer series. As always, we are brought to you by KMSU TV and radio, always gracious enough to allow us time to work and produce inside their studios. Getting behind the mic makes it much easier inside Minot State Broadcasting, and we cannot thank them enough. I am your host, each and every episode, Cole Clementich, a junior at Minot State University, or rather going into my junior year. Minot State Broadcasting and Professional Communications major, always bringing you guys all the latest in Minot sports content. They are also brought to you by Joshua Strong and Peyton Bartsch Photography. Be sure to give those guys some love on social media. You can find Peyton at Bartsch Photos on Twitter and at Peyton Bartsch Photography on Instagram, and Joshua Strong at _Joshua W. Strong on both Instagram and Twitter. Follow the podcast on social media. We are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, as you can see on the screen currently. Continue to listen on in this episode, and welcome. Once again, Minot sports fans, got another great one for you here today. We're actually going to go straight into an interview. Now, for those of you who go to Minot State, you're probably very familiar with this name. You probably know him up close personally, and you are likely to see him with a camera walking around during Minot State sporting events and shooting video footage and making them or turning some nice projects into a beautiful masterpiece that he likes to make for his own. Greg Spencer is the name. He was a former Minot State grad assistant in the athletic department for video production. He just made so much hay during his time here on Minot State campus, and he is off to greener pastures, some bigger and better things for him, as we are about to learn here from him. So before we get to that, just wanted to remind you guys that we have Greg Spencer coming up on here on the show. Again, this is Summer Series Episode 2 for 2021, and it's going to be talking all about Greg Spencer with the man himself. So without further ado, Minot sports fans, I bring you Greg Spencer. And welcome back, Minot sports fans. We are now joined by a special guest here on the show today. He is a Georgia Southern alum, but also recently at Minot State. For half of his first year, he was a sports information director, but the second year and beyond, he was a grad assistant in video production and content creator, also getting into some photography. He just got done working with Fourth Floor Creative in Cincinnati, Ohio, including the Cincinnati FC MLS soccer team. And now, just being hired on, he is a member of the Florida Gators Creative Tree of Members, with a focus on the Gators soccer and softball teams, with assistance of other teams. Minot sports fans, you've heard of him and you love him. Give it up for Greg Spencer. Joining us now, Greg, how are you doing today, and what's going on this nice, beautiful Sunday for you?
Well, bro, that was wasn't expecting an introduction like that, to be honest with you, but I appreciate it. Um,
Hey, we
yeah,
gotta get everything out there for you, man. It's your work is amazing.
well, I think it's all right. I appreciate it though. I don't know, I'm just chilling on Sunday, looking playing some COD, man, playing Warzone. That's really it. Just chilling.
Yep, just taking a nice little day off here. Like I said, we are recording this on Sunday. This is the 18th of July, so nothing much going on. Well, besides here in Minot, we got Legion baseball going on, but other than that, really not much else. But yeah, Greg, so you're now, of course, obviously having gone to Minot State, getting that master's degree. Take us back to the early days. Take us back through the young Greg Spencer days, aspiring to have the big goals that you are reaching at this time. pre-MSU or heck even pre-Georgia Southern. Tell us about your young journey, I guess.
So I went to so before Georgia Southern, I went to East Georgia State College, which is a kind of like a junior college before Georgia Southern. So I got my two associate's degrees there, and then I went on to Georgia Southern. And at Georgia Southern, I was going for a major of public relations, and I wanted to be a PR for a sports company. So I wanted to do SID work, but I don't know, like I always had like a little niche for video, so I always help out like Georgia Southern for the like sports teams. Whatever, like they just want to do like a little highlight clip. So nothing crazy. I never held a camera. I didn't hold a camera at all at Georgia Southern. I would do like basic in and out highlight cuts. So I just select plays out of the game and give them to their SID, and they'll do whatever they want to do with them. But then I got a graduate assistant position at Minot State to be an SID, and at while I was there, Minot for there doing SID stuff. Turns out, man, I wasn't as good as a writer as I thought I was. I was horrible. I sucked at it. I could stat, like I could do stats, but when it came to writing about a win or a loss, man, I was horrible at it. So the first semester at Minot was a struggle for me, not because of the people or the faculty and staff. It was just more because of just me struggling on my job and trying to get better and trying to go off other people's work and stuff like that. So I still want to do video. I would help out Trey. Shout out to Trey who did a lot of
Yep.
work
Shout out to
prior
him
to me
too. Yep.
coming. Yeah, Trey's at University of Tennessee now. Does graphic design for the Vols for their football team, so it's pretty big. Um,
Insane. Yeah.
but yeah, but before that he was doing video and graphics for all the sports teams. And then Sean, of course Sean did photos and graphics too, but they put on Trey to do like a lot of video stuff, like make a hype video for football, but Trey never really did video. So Trey and Sean did that. So I took the opportunity to ask Petco and the staff if I could do video, and I asked them if I can just start the next fall and let me train and get myself together this spring semester, and they said yeah, go ahead. Well, then when they finally approved me to do it, they were like, all right, I need to make a video like right now. So my first video I ever did, even recorded, was the wrestling type video, and even with that, I made the video, but I didn't have the right format, and I didn't even know what format it was. I didn't even know what format was during that time. So we didn't even have a hype video for wrestling that first match. But the second match we had it, and so I went from there. Then COVID happened, and so I was kind of stuck in like, hey man, like I have a year left to figure out my life. I need to get better with the camera. So I went out and did DoorDash and Lyft around Minot to get money to get camera gear, to get lights and all this equipment and stuff like that. So I
Oh
could
yeah.
provide at least, yeah, so at least to provide some kind of good content. So then the fall came, and at this time we still didn't know if Minot was playing football or not, or they're having fall sports or not. But we knew like like D1 schools. What's crazy was that NAIA, they were playing sports, but we weren't playing sports. So we still didn't know. And so I contacted some high school teams around Minot. So I contacted Bishop Ryan, Ned Rose, especially those two, and our Redeemers as well. I contacted those three schools. They got back to me super quick and I was basically asking, hey, can I create content? Can I do videos for them? In the meantime, since I can't do any videos for Minot, not just because it's COVID, so sports aren't really going on,
Mm-hmm.
but high school sports in Minot was going on. So Roger for Bishop Ryan, the athletic department there, athletic director there, he responded back super quick and said, yeah, man, come on, come out there, come shoot whatever. So did Ned Rose. But I did more volleyball for them. I did more volleyball for them.
And they
And then
loved it
our
too, didn't
Redeemer,
they?
say what?
And they loved it too, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. Well, they said they did. So I don't think they would lie.
I think they did.
So
Yeah.
I think they said they did. Um, I know Bishop Ryan did. I know Bishop Ryan football team. I know they
Oh
did.
yeah.
Because
Easy
they
to connect
Roger
with
let me
those
travel with
guys.
them. Yeah, like that was my first time. That was my first time ever like really traveling outside of Minot was with Bishop Ryan. So I went to man. Actually, man, I don't even remember what the city's called now.
I know
I just
you went
we
to, was it Dickinson when they?
Yeah, okay, yeah. That
Yep.
was the first game. So that was my first time outside of Minot ever with with Roger and the coaching staff and all of them. And I mean, they lost the game that day, but to be honest, I really feel like if they would have their whole team, they would have won. Um, Bishop Ryan's a decent football man. They're great. Um, a shout out to all of them. Uh, but then so I kept traveling with them throughout the season. Like I said, I also did some volleyball games for Ned Rose. And then basketball season was announced that the winter seasons were announced that they're going to be playing, and so I helped out. I went back to doing that. So I shot my first hype video for men and women's basketball. Um, my first time ever doing like a big production like that, and a nervous wreck. But I try to keep a cool, calm face, and uh, Tanner and Allison and definitely helped me out in the process. They were there, helped me putting up stuff, setting stuff up, getting the smoke ready. Yeah, man. I mean, without Minot State, man, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So I did basketball videos, football, basketball videos, hype videos for them, and then I basically went on from there, made highlight reels for both games, including wrestling. Make practice videos for all the teams. I did media days for football for all. I did media days for all sports. That
I
was
thought
really
those were
fun.
pretty cool.
Yeah, no, those are cool. I think all the players like really show. I mean, I know they're all cool and everything, but I believe I saw another side of them that I've never seen before because I don't know, I always think be professional for the most part around them. I thought it was just something different. I wanted to try something different for my night. And I believe I said for what I could provide, I believe it was a little bit different. It was a different vibe. Definitely, I definitely know it was a different vibe. Um, and yeah, man, I kept doing videos for them. I also kept doing some videos for Bishop Ryan and Ned Rose. Uh, and then a guy named Tommy, hit me up on IG literally an hour before a basketball game at Bishop Ryan, asking me about asking me like how my day was going. And I was saying it was going good. And I was like, man, who's this dude keeps texting me, DM me about like about my life. So I clicked on his profile and said he was the owner of Fourth Floor Creative. And I was like, oh, all right. I was like,
Ooh.
oh, hey, how you doing, man? I straightened up real quick because I just didn't know like who this guy was to ask me about my personal life. And so we kept in contact and we talked. And lo and behold, I was offered a job within a year of picking up a camera and learning how to edit and all that stuff. So they gave me a chance in like prime COVID. So like a bunch of these videographers for sports were getting let go at the time because they just didn't know what was going on, what was going to be happening in the future. So
Mhm. Yep.
I'm super super grateful that Fourth Floor Creative gave me the opportunity to grow and give me a chance to get a job because that was definitely one big thing that I was worried about was not getting a job, but because of the lack of experience or the lack of timing that I had, I knew I had the passion for it, but I still need a portfolio. So if it wasn't for Bishop Ryan, Ned Rose, all the athletes at Minot State, I
Oh my
definitely wouldn't be
gosh.
where I am
Yeah.
today.
That's a great point
Yeah,
you make there.
yeah. So because if you really think about it, I only had really college sports wise, I only really had half a semester, you know, because I had started at basketball. Basketball starts like in November, but actually basketball did start in December because I didn't do the hype video until like a week before school came back for a second semester. And yeah, I didn't have that much time, but thankful for all the athletes and staff for everybody just giving me a chance to just create for them and produce good work for them. Well, hopefully it was good work. So Yeah, I mean, I'm here, and so I was at fourth floor. Did videos for them. So I did videos for SC Cincinnati. I helped create production sets, helped edit videos for SC Cincinnati with the team. I didn't do it all by myself. It was definitely with the Buffalo creative team. Um, I was able to travel to Georgia to do a video for Georgia Tech. I was also able to learn on the corporate side of what it is to do production for like a hospital. So we did a lot of hospital trips um, for a hospital called Mercy Health. Just that whole brand, and I learned a lot just from that aspect, basically like how to light up interviews and everything such like that. And it was just I was still learning and still grateful for the opportunity. Then I got a job offer from the University of Florida, and I had to take that, man. And just for personal reasons, and I had to take that. And
I mean,
here
it's
I am
a
today.
Division 1 SEC school. I mean, that's like top of the world in the college sporting ranks.
I mean, I'm just grateful, man. Even if I got a job offer like somewhere else that wasn't like SEC, I'd definitely be grateful. But I mean,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I'm definitely I'm happy. I'm a Gator now, Florida, University of Florida. I went from a Division 2 North Dakota NSIC to a Division 1
Big jump.
powerhouse SEC. So I'm definitely appreciative of that and thankful because I definitely feel like there's I definitely feel like there's so many more creators out there that should have deserved this job more than me, but because like of their experience and of the work that they provide and show and the knowledge that they may have more than me. Uh, but with that being said, I'm definitely grateful, and I'm definitely gonna run with this opportunity, and I'm not gonna take it for granted for sure.
Yep, and you deserve it definitely. And let's just connect the dots here a little bit. You said, obviously, you did video content, video production for Minot State, and you said in there that because of COVID, Minot State couldn't have football, volleyball, the regular soccer seasons last year or this past school year, I should say, and really that I was gonna vouch for you anyways, but that's really awesome that the local high schools welcomed you on, and really it's amazing how much work you can get going with them and how much content you can put out there and how much notoriety, some of that recognition you can get on social media, and that has led you to where you are at today, and it's well deserved, Greg. So that's great, great timeline. You know your experience. That is probably the exact thing I would say to people is that you're the man, Greg. You're doing lots of great work out there, and just kind of tell us, in the early days, talk about the experience at Georgia Southern, let's say, because I know you went to another junior college down there, but just kind of starting as you're getting your bachelor's, like talk about the transition from getting your bachelor's degree and getting into Minot State. Like, what was part of the experience with that?
Um, so that was crazy because Minot State was actually like one of the only schools that like really accepted my really accepted me in the school. I applied for a bunch of other graduate assistant programs for a master's degree, but due to my GPA, I wasn't able. I would get a job offer as a graduate assistant, but I wouldn't get accepted into the school because of my GPA, due to military reasons and stuff like that. I don't want to get into all that extra stuff, but yeah, Minot State was able to literally work with me on making sure my GPA was right for me to get into school. So Dr. Cressup, who is the director over sports management program for the master's program at Minot State, she literally we would talk on the phone, email each other, and talk about, hey, what do I need to do? So I'll never forget. She literally said, hey, Greg, you're like point 0.2 GPA, like your GPA is like point 0.2 away, something like that. I need you to take like 1 or 2 classes over the summer. So I mean, I picked up art and I picked up music and walking fitness. I mean, you really can't go wrong with that.
Oh yeah,
Uh, but the fact that like she was literally able to work it out with me. Like she would call me and talk to me over the phone and message me and all of that. Meant a lot just about the academic side of it because like they care, like they really want me to come and they actually did the most for me to come. So I'm definitely grateful for them because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be. I don't know where I'd be at right now, to be honest with you. Um, and I know people hear to say that a lot, but if you really like go back and think about it, if it wasn't for these certain things that go along in your life, like you don't know what you might be doing. Um, so I'm definitely grateful for that. And it was a long car ride, 26 hours from Georgia to
Oh boy.
Minot, North Dakota, but I finally got up there and hit the ground kind of running. I'd rather say jogging, I guess. I don't know. But yeah,
Magic
we,
kind
we
of
were
to
getting
start
there.
forming, yeah.
Yeah, we were starting. Then I met my roommate, Sean Griffin. Uh, yeah, he was a blast. He was fun guy to live with.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always nice to make all those nice little connections, and they, of course, they can always, we have them all. They'll vouch for anyone. So anyone that you know putting some great relationships together, some great work. They know them. Obviously, your guys. I see the stuff on Twitter. It's you guys support each other. It's amazing. Like I love that attitude, and yeah. So that was just kind of a quick reflection of how Greg got here to Minot State and what connection he has to Minot and the Minot sports. Talk about maybe some memories, no matter where it was at, or some memories, and maybe even talk about some big time games or matchups that you've been to. I know you've seen a couple of FC Cincinnati games, correct?
Yeah, I have. Uh, there are times at FC Cincinnati. Full floor creative, and we did stuff for FC Cincinnati. Um, are we talking about memories just from there or just from all?
Just memories, and like a best memory could be anywhere, and maybe some memorable games, like some fun games you've been to, or even shot video for. Let's just say.
So I can't remember what team they were playing. I would like to say it was women's basketball, and it was when Ryan Clark was the head coach, who is now the assistant coach at Northern State now.
Oh, I think I know where you're
He was
going
he
with
was he
this
was the
one.
interim head coach for Minot State, but now he got a position for Northern State as an assistant head coach. And I believe it was I think I want to say is when they played Northern. I may be wrong,
Think
but
it could have been Northern actually.
yeah, and it was the fourth quarter, man, and I don't they just weren't missing at all. Um,
The 40-point
they just weren't.
comeback. That one.
Say what?
It's the 40-point comeback, right? You're talking about
Yeah,
that
that
one.
like come on, like listen to that. The 40-point comeback.
Yep,
Come on,
I
man.
was
Like
I was there for that one too. That was
yeah, that
insane.
was sick. I was like, yo, they're not missing at all. And Northern's just not making anything. I don't. It was really odd, man. Not odd like in a bad way, but like odd like whoa like 40 point like we're coming back. And you always have a moment where like the runs like everybody basketball is a game of runs and you're like all right well it's gonna stop. The coach is gonna call a timeout and it's gonna go back to normal and they're gonna go back to winning. Well, they called timeouts, but I mean, Bonnet just kept on coming, man. Like threes after three after three. It was wild.
Oh
That was
my
probably one
gosh.
of the most yeah, that was one of the most exciting games I've been to at Minot.
Buckets
Um,
were being filled that night or that
nah, yeah,
afternoon, I
for
should
real.
say. Yeah.
I will say another great one that I'll never forget was wrestling and Joey Lopez went against some guy from UMary and I don't know what it's called when I don't know you pin him or I don't know when the shoulders touch. I don't know what it was, but it was a big upset
Oh
and
yeah,
Joey
it's yep, pin. It's
pinned.
one
So
of
yeah,
those terms, I believe. Yep.
yeah, something like that. So I'll never forget when Joey got that against the dude from UMary. I think he was like nationally ranked. That was crazy because like I don't know, it was just and that was my first wrestling match as well. So I'll never forget that one. That was definitely different and definitely that was definitely a great moment. Minot State has a really good support from wrestling, from what I've seen. Um, it's
They got
just really
fans there.
loud.
The fans have
Yeah.
been showing up to those matches. They get a good crowd.
Yeah. Though you married is the rival,
Oh
but
yeah. Yep.
it just that night just felt different. So those two nights, for sure, memory wise for me, were like I'll probably say top two for me. That I can think of right now. I will say those two are top two.
I will not argue against those, because those are definitely, um, obviously here in town at Minot State games. The that women's basketball game you mentioned, I was there for that. They just kept coming on and on and on again. It's like, and I witnessed, I saw that unfold. You did too, obviously. And once they tied it and even took the lead, I was like, wow, no way this is
Yeah.
happening right now. I I was about to leave because I'm pretty sure I had another game. Truth be told, I pretty sure I had another game to cover that day. But once they started putting on that comeback, I was like, wait a second, I gotta stay. I gotta watch this. But
Yeah, it was.
yeah, I was just about to leave to cover another game, but no, I stayed for that. That was amazing.
Yeah, no, I wish, I wish. I mean, I think it was a good crowd for that game as well. But I wish like
Oh yeah,
more people were there because like it's just one of those things you'll just never you had to be there and
and the dome is
you'll just
beautiful
never
too.
forget.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so some of the best games. What are some? I guess maybe as we talk about best games you've been to. What are some games that you've probably had some projects to work on? What are some of the best shots that you maybe put up? Like some of the best videography projects. Um, I guess what do you think? What do you think would you say is your best shooting projects or shooting videos for certain games? No matter
Um,
what the outcome of the game was.
so one of my I would like to say one of my best work. Oh yeah, I guess you can say work. Um, I guess it was the men's basketball video. I can't remember. It was they swept somebody. I want to say they swept Bemidji. Men's basketball. I can't remember. They swept somebody. Um,
Men's basketball,
man,
they had a good season this past year.
yeah, no, they had a really good season this year. Yeah, they swept. I want to say yeah, they swept Bemidji. They swept Bemidji, and because yeah, it was their last. Yeah, it was because it was their last home game. It was their last home game because they were supposed to play that next week against Moorhead, but it got canceled due to COVID. Yeah, so that video recap video was probably one of my best recap videos. Also the one from Bishop Ryan, they always talk about this one. I can't remember who they played, but it's basically I use like Amigos song, and they always talk about that. Like even some people at Minot State were like, "Yo, that was your best one," and man, Cole, you can me with these questions like I just don't know anything about. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it was versus yeah, it was Bishop Ryan versus South Prairie. So those two videos I like the most recap wise, and then of course I like my reel, where I have like all of Bishop Ryan, Net Rose, some Minot High and Minot State all together.
The,
That's
the the
I,
full real project, like your end of year
yeah,
project, that was awesome.
yeah.
I liked that one. That's probably, I thought that was your best work up to
Well,
there.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one for sure. Um, yeah, those three right there is probably my best. I feel like are my best.
Oh yeah, and I would agree with that too. And really, talking about how you got into
Oh wait,
this.
my bad. One and
Oh
the
yep,
Trey
go ahead.
Lance one, and the Trey Lance one. I
Oh
definitely
yes,
like the
yep.
Trey
We'll
Lance
we'll
one.
get to Trey Lance here in a moment. Um, it's just coming up ahead for you folks listening. But let's talk about how did this all get started for you. I probably know the story, but just kind of reflect on it. When did it hit you that you wanted to do video production, and kind of when did you discover your talent? Like immediate once you picked up that camera, When did that hit you? Like, I can do anything with this.
Well, like I said, so I was doing SID work and I just wasn't enjoying it. And I was at the point I was like, man, like I just need to figure out I need to figure out what I want to do. I've always had a passion. Well, not passion. I always liked doing video or knowing how video was made. Uh, I don't like being in front of the camera. I'd rather be behind the camera. Um, though my
Understood. Yep. I know there are
yes.
a lot of people here in the broadcasting department that feel that way for sure.
So I guess my moment where I finally realized. So once I asked them if I can do it, I said, yeah, I'll do it. And I got support. I got support from Josh Strong. I got support from Trey. Got support from Sean, David. I got support from all the creative people at Minot. And I mean, they say go for it. So their support pushed me for it. Um, but I guess what made it sincere was what made it sincere is when I spent like when I did DoorDash and Lyft, and I got this money to get the camera, and that's what once my money's put down, that's it. I'm in it. My grandmother actually bought me my first video camera. So if it wasn't,
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Grandma.
yeah, thank you for sure. She got me my first camera. Um, yeah, man, it's just I just once money's involved and once I was like dedicated to it and the creative department like in social media like just the whole networking like all everybody like from I would never get I was talking to people from Georgia to LSU to UND, NDSU, South Carolina, like just the whole creative community was like really nice, and they brought opened me up with open arms, and we would have Zoom calls, and we would just talk to each other about how to do this, how to do that, and how to shoot like this, how to shoot like that, and just teach me the basic fundamentals. And plus, man, YouTube University, I just say I have a doctor's degree in
Oh
that
yeah.
because a lot of the stuff I learned is off YouTube and just watching, just trying to figure things out.
Yep, I was told once, and shout out to Josh Strong for this too. I'm kind of getting used to a little bit of mobile graphic design with Canva, and Josh has always said, if you can't take a class, you got YouTube, so it helps a lot. And
Yeah,
so yeah, we
no,
were just talking about this, and big shocker. Rumor has it, you worked with Trey Lance. If you guys don't know, he was the quarterback with NDSU Bison. Got drafted third overall by the San Francisco 49ers in the 2021 NFL Draft. You worked with him. As my phone is going off here, tell us everything about it. What did it mean to you? What was the overall experience, and how much did it help you grow from that experience working with the 49ers quarterback?
well, before I even go and talk about it, if it wasn't for the assistant coach, graduate assistant coach, men's basketball, Joel Wallace, if it wasn't for Joel, that would have never happened. Joel actually knows Trey personally, and he
That's
actually
awesome.
Trey, yeah, Joel is Trey's mentor, and Joel, I want to say Joel was his AAU basketball coach. I want to say like in seventh, eighth grade. I may be wrong. I know he was his coach, a basketball coach, and they always stay in touch. Joel's like a great dude, man. Like no matter what, he's hard. He's hard to get in touch with, me personally. But when you do talk to him, it's definitely a great time, and it's definitely an awesome time because like he lets you be yourself, and he actually listens to you. Then he'll joke around with you too. But if you're wrong about something, he'll tell you. And you always need that person that will tell you that you're wrong. And so if it wasn't for Joe, I would have never worked with Trey in the first place. I went home for winter break to see family and stuff like that. And yes, I went home for winter break, and Joel texted me, and he was like, "Hey man, you want to do a video?" And to be honest, I really didn't want to because it was winter break, and I just wanted to chill. And Joe was like, "My boy Trey wants I was wanting to see you want to do a video for Trey." And I was like, "Yeah, shoot, for sure, I'll do it." So I I followed Trey around for like 2 or 3 days, and I, watched him work out.
Gosh, that is amazing.
Yeah, because he was training in Atlanta during that time, and so I just followed him from the weight room to the practice field, and I would just take photos of him, and I would do videos, and yeah, man, I was lucky to just follow him around. He's a really great guy, man. Like really, really nice guy. Super cool, super chill. Um, yeah, I just followed him around, and he welcomed me. Always say, "Hey, man, just do whatever you want to do." And most time he was focused on training, rightfully so, because he had a really big future ahead of him, as you can see now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like it was just a great time, man. And he was really welcoming, and so was everybody else who worked out with him. They were all great. But as I said, man, if it wasn't for Joel, uh, I would not have gotten the opportunity. So I can never stop thanking him enough, because if it, like I said, if it wasn't for him, man, it wouldn't. That would have never happened. So thank you, Joel, again.
Yes, shout out Joel. And yeah, so he's your favorite NFL quarterback now, right? Correct?
Say it again.
He's your favorite NFL quarterback now, correct?
Oh, he's number two, man. He's number two.
I'm
I
kidding,
gotta
but yeah,
whoever
yep.
whoever the Falcons quarterback is, that's my number one quarterback, man. But Trey's definitely number two. Definitely number two, 100%. Really nice guy.
Hey, once he starts playing though, look out, because he could take the league by storm. You never know. 49ers. We'll see how he goes, and hopefully all works out well with him for sure. And yeah, could be sooner rather than later. You never know. And yeah, but we'll see how Trey does it. But still, always amazing to work out with a now pro athlete like that. And now
Yeah,
just
no, it was amazing.
oh yeah, now just moving on to post MSU. We kind of got you covered down for some of the stuff you did before and how you got there. Let's look at when you started at Fourth Floor Creative. You told us it was Tommy, right?
Yeah, the owner's name was Tommy.
Yep, Tommy. Okay, so you got that job for a little bit. You kind of had to finish out some schooling a little bit. Is that correct? Also.
Yeah, I was doing that, and doing school at the same time, and they were really super supportive, allowing me to still, I still have to do my job, but they definitely supported me and letting me finish school and all that. So they definitely made the transition super easy for me.
Awesome. So now talking about Fourth Floor Creative. We talked about FC Cincinnati. What talk about that experience for you? Post MSU life. What was Greg's world like that during Fourth Floor?
Uh, Greg's world was different. It was new, definitely eye opening. Going from I don't going from being like the only video guy at Minot State to now joining I want 8 others who knew how to do video better than me. They were all better than me. They were all hard workers, and they all had way more knowledge than that I ever had. And from Mark, the director, to Krista, who came in the same day as me. I mean, all the rest of them: Brandon, Will, Connor, Corey, um, Josh, and Brett, who was a photographer. Uh, Cassidy was another photographer. It was definitely eye opening, learning uh, what a real production company, how they work, how they set up, how they toss ideas around to each other. Um, just the grind, man. It was definitely interesting to see, especially my very first shoot with them was FC Cincinnati's media day, and so I mean, we packed everything up in in a truck and Kia and something else in a different
Fill
car,
it up.
and we all say it again.
Fill it up. Fill the whole
Yeah,
truck up.
fill it all up, and we went to the practice facility. We put up everything. We put up the whole set. That took like an hour. You know, what took the longest. was actually lighting, and I never would have thought that. Though I didn't have that much knowledge about lighting. But man, like when you would see them talk about lighting of the face and its shadow and trying to make sure the shadow disappear in the background, like it was ridiculous in a good way. Like I didn't know like it was you have to be that specific or that detail oriented. And fourth floor definitely taught me you have to think outside the box. And actually, there's nothing wrong with thinking outside the box. You don't like to be normal. You want to do something new. Um, fourth floor definitely taught me just how to be, to always push yourself. Uh, they always said that they live by it. I'm definitely grateful to work with them. Then we, like I said, then we traveled, did corporate stuff as well, like for hospitals, and learning that side and that aspect of it too. I just learned so many new things, man. I want to say the best thing about working for Fourth Floor. Well, yeah, I did get to shoot video for a Major League Soccer team, but it was the people, man. The people there were amazing, yo. I can't speak that enough. Like they were all caring. Like people can say, "Yeah, we care about you. Yeah, we want the best for you." You know, people can say that, and then
Mm-hmm.
you see them and you meet them, and then you get to know who they really are. But man, they were true. Like they cared, bro. Like they cared 100% about you as a person. They cared about you more as a person than as a staff member. You know, like they would hang out with each other after work.
And that's an important
If they weren't,
aspect for anyone. Look at
yeah.
look at the
So
person too. Yep.
yeah. So it was just it was they were really supportive, and not just for me, like for any, like we all supported each other. Uh, so I was definitely grateful, and it was definitely a sad moment when I had to tell them I had to leave. But it was tough. But I if it I enjoyed most about that job was the people. The job was great, but the people, man, the people were satisfying and amazing, and that's a group of special people right there, man. I can't say that enough.
Absolutely. And for those listening that maybe want to get into some video content or want to pick up a camera, what are some things that what's an important thing that they would likely need to know? Like what are some things that you took away from this gig that you're working up in?
You gotta just do it, man. Um, you know, everything looks cool on TV, everything looks cool on social media, and you like, man, yeah, I can do it. Well, just get up and do it. Like stop all the talking, stop all that rambling, or stop all that stuff, man. Like if you got it, then got it. Go do it. One thing that Sean Arbo told me that will stick with me forever, man. Is just post. I used to be afraid to post my work. Uh, I would think that people wouldn't like it. But Sean Arbo was like, Greg, bro, you just post. Like, who cares? People aren't gonna like everything. And he's right. So then I just posted. I just posted everything I did, and I was able to get I was able to get traction. People followed me and reshared my stuff on Instagram and Twitter, which got, I guess, the eyes of others. Um, but Minot State and Bishop Bryan and Net Rose, they were sharing all of Minot would just share my stuff, and I definitely grateful, and clearly that means it was at least okay. Um, Another thing I would say is you got to be confident. You got to be confident, man, in yourself. And there is no specific way. Uh, I might shoot a certain way, but you can shoot a different way. I might edit one way, but you might edit a different way. My video might have one type of style and swag to it, but well, your video might have a different style and swag to it. It doesn't mean it's a bad video. You know, it's
Oh
you're
yeah.
creating. Yeah, you're creating. So just do it and just have fun with it. Smile. There's gonna be some frustrating moments that you may have within doing it, like you working After Effects or something like that. Your computer might freeze, whatever. But overall, man, like just go out and do it, have fun, have a great time, and you'll enjoy it. This is really creative content creating is really big right now. Um, so anybody can get into it. Everybody wants a content creator. Every business, every school, every entrepreneur, every I don't know, just everybody. Everybody wants a content creator. Everybody can't do it.
Yeah, and
So
it can be, any sort of deal. Like, I don't want to say what I'm doing right now, but, just getting interviews of athletes out there. Would you say that's somewhat content?
say it again.
Something a little bit? I know it's not photography, videography, but it's some content for people to get out there. It can be anything, right?
Bro, Cole, what I tell you all the time, dog. You are the man. I don't care.
Oh
You
man.
so nice, but you are the man, bro. Like what you're doing is content creating. You know, like
But it
you're
can be
doing it.
anything though, for sure,
Yeah, it
right?
could be anything, bro. It could be. It doesn't matter. It could be anything. And if you want to read newspaper and you're writing in the newspaper, then boom, that's that. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's whatever you do. And I mean, it helps that the athletes are really nice and they come through and they they act goofy and crazy and act like themselves in front of the camera. That definitely helps. Even with interviews, like people will listen to you like Cole. People go listen to you like, oh yeah, this is content creating. You're posting on your site. Like during summer, you're posting like shoot, not during summer, like during the school year, you're posting starting lineups, not just for Minot State, but Bishop Ryan, uh, Minot High, our Redeemers. Like you're posting lineups for people that aren't at the game, and they're looking at your stuff, and they're like, "Oh, okay, this is who's starting." Or you're like the ESPN of Minot. Like they're like I don't, bro. Like if I want to look up the
Oh
scores for
boy.
a Bishop Ryan game, I can just look on Cole's page. No, but I'm being because I supported Minot,
Hey, yep,
Bishop
I
Ryan and,
I
and
get it,
our
man.
and
Yep,
Ned
Jackson
Rowe.
Feller starting guard.
Yeah, so instead of me having to like DM them and ask like, yo, y'all win, well, I could just look at your post, your story, and it's like, okay, well, they won. Oh, okay, well, they lost. So yeah, no, bro, you doing it. Like I don't I'll say, bro, you doing it. And it's what there's gonna be one day in time where your whole brand, your whole company, where you want to call it, is gonna take a major leap.
Point being,
I see it. It's gonna
abs-
happen, dog.
absolutely. Point being, to you guys listening out there, you can do anything if you have the will and the courage. You have the passion for it. What's the saying? Find something you're passionate for, and you never have to work a day in your life. You can do anything.
That sounds about right.
Absolutely. So, yep. Just if you have, again, the passion, the will to do it, you have the supplies, you have everything you need. If you want to do it, just listen to Greg. Listen to what he's saying. He's got it down pat. We're all seeing it firsthand here. Like everyone that I know here, that heck, a few of them too. Everyone here in the broadcasting department, we got our own story. We're all committed to our own things, and it's working out. And at some point, it's going to lead us somewhere where it's going to be a nice career for all of us, certainly. And you as well, just getting started too, Greg. So appreciate the kind words, but also just kind of a few more things here, real quick.
No problem.
Best advice you've ever received, no matter where it's at.
Shoot, like I said from Sean Arbo, just post, man. Um, just post. That's the best. That's one thing that will stick with me forever. Just post.
I feel like I'm kind of repeating that, but also, yeah, just it never hurts to, press the importance of what you're saying there now for sure.
Yeah, just no matter what, because networking is bigger than to networking is huge, man. I wouldn't have got this job without networking with people. Um, Getting to know other creators in the world that I still have never met to this day, and we still talk a lot. We actually play Call of Duty with each other. Just if it wasn't for that group of the group chat we call Only Loadouts, man. And
It could be something as simple as that, a group chat with some video game buddies. Could be
yeah,
anything. Yeah.
it's a group chat of us. The group chat's called Only Loadouts, and we just play. I mean, we all work for a sports team or we do some type of production, And you know, we talk about video stuff like that, like ideas and creativity stuff like that. But we play call with each other like almost every night, and like that group of guys right there, man. That's a big group. That's if it wasn't for them, man, I wouldn't be where I'm at to this day, man. From all support of them, man. Like just I can't speak this enough, man. I'm definitely grateful for the people I've met in this creative world. But like I said, if it wasn't for me posting, I probably would have never met them because one retweet or one like or one share can take you
Can mean
somewhere
all the
that you've never
difference.
been before. Yeah. So I'm definitely grateful because now I have a group of friends that one they might do the job just like me or better. Definitely, actually, all of them are way better than me. And two, um, they're like actually friends. They just want to sit down and listen. We can talk the talk. We can do all that kind of jazz and all that stuff, man. It's just a great time, man. And you gotta have that core friends, and I have mine, so I'm happy.
Yep, good to have those contacts in place as always. And before we get out of here, actually a few more things before we get out of here. You're at Florida now, working with the Gators. Again, top notch college sports institution. You know, one of those things where they seem to be good at everything. I don't want to stereotype, but that's the vibe I get from the Gators. Home of the Gatorade, I believe, if I'm correct there. But you're with the Florida Gators now. Excuse me. How are the first few days on the job? And just kind of tell us what are some goals you have for the future now that you solidified yourself with the Gators here in Florida.
So, first couple of days here, man, has been actually first week here was amazing. We did this thing. They call it a swamp party. I think it's like football team media day. Um,
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
I Yeah. Now I may be wrong. They may have another media day in the future, but I know like we did like interviews and we did like fun, goofy stuff with the players, and they took photos and all that. Um, so I was there. That was like 3 days out of the week. The first day I kind of met the soccer team, and I made a video for them. That was I made a video on my first day of work. Um,
Is there any way we
yeah.
could you could send that my way and we could play this on the podcast? Like, have it cut the interview a little bit and just have a section saved for the video? Any way that could be possible? Just
Oh,
to
bro,
show the people some of your work?
this is my first week, Cole. I don't even know the rules yet, man. I'm still
Oh,
trying to find
that's
these,
a good point. That's a good
But it
point.
is. I
Yeah.
mean, it's on social media.
It is
It's
on social
posted.
media. Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
to
it's
yeah,
it's
we'll
on it's
get
on
your
the
tags
Gators.
here in a moment. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally
So,
totally forgot about those rules, but yeah, did you mention any future goals that you have now that you're with Florida? Or I
man, my
guess
goals is
finish off if you were done talking there, the first part there, but yeah, just touch on that.
nah, you're good. So, my goals, man, my goals is just, I guess, just to get better. Um, I feel like now my work is now on a bigger scale. Uh, with softball, but especially like when Florida, well, not well, especially with soccer, but when Florida softball, when that season starts, like I feel like I just need to be like better than what I am now because more eyes, especially more eyes are going to be on that softball account. Because I mean, it's softball. Florida Gators is a powerhouse for softball. Though, like you said, Florida Gators is overall every sporting team is just they compete. They're really good. But softball is just one of those iconic programs that you always know like they're right there in the at least in the Elite Eight for a national championship. So
Oh yeah.
I feel like I have a really big responsibility. Thank you. I'm thankful that I was given this opportunity and that the staff trusts me with creating content for that program. But just with soccer, man, like it's just like the Florida brand in general, like Gators, like man, uh, I'm walking around work with Nike and Jordan. the Nike brand, the Jordan brand, like on my chest or on my head or on my hip.
Oh
You
boy,
know,
yep.
so it's a different kind of swag, different kind of vibe, man,
Different culture.
and just yeah, definitely different culture, and you gotta be, and it's hot, it's really hot.
Humid down in Florida. I've been there before.
It's crazy, but I'm ready for it. Man. I guess my goal is just to be better than what I was yesterday.
Well, that is
Um,
a great mindset to have. I should have that more
yeah,
often. Yeah.
you got it, dog. Oh, no, look, hey, you need me if you need someone to pep you up, bro. Call me.
If you guys need a hype man, Greg Spencer's the one to contact.
Yeah, man. Nothing but positive vibes over here,
Oh
bro.
yeah, we pep each other up for sure, and we
Yeah.
all have our hype men, our hype women, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's great stuff, Greg. But last question here before we head off: Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta Falcons. Maybe not so much the Atlanta Braves. You're an Atlanta sports fan for those two teams. Just talk about them a little bit. How are you feeling? You're a big Atlanta sports fan. What's the vibe down in Atlanta?
Well, the Hawks had a really good season. Way better than what we thought. Um, Even after the firing of the coach, uh, we made it, man. We made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. We haven't done that since I want to say since we had that starting five that went to the All Star was with Joe Johnson, Al Horford, Mike Bibby, Josh Smith, and Marvin Williams. Like we haven't had that since now. And so the fact that we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals with Ice Trey and John Collins and everybody, man, this it's pretty crazy. So and we kept Nate McMillan. He's our new head coach now. So the future is bright. We got great young core. We did all this with Cam Reddish. Uh, there's another person who didn't play. DeAndre Hunter, he didn't play either. Like we had like two key players that didn't play. And then when Cam Reddish came back, he went like 6 or 7 and threes. He scored like 29 points in I want to say game 6 of the Eastern Conference playoffs, man. So our team is bright for the Hawks. Now for the Falcons, hey man, we lost Julio. Uh,
Oh yeah, what are
I don't
your
know.
thoughts of that?
Hey, go Falcons. That's the smartest way to put it. I can't I can't uh I can't talk bad about my team. All I can do is keep looking forward. I appreciate Julio for everything he's done for the Falcons. Uh, I won't be when he comes to ATL. I won't be booing him. I will be praising him.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
franchise star with the Falcons for sure.
yeah, man. I feel like something happened in front office. There's always something that always happens. You see the stuff on TV with him and Shannon Sharp and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, man, he was a Falcon, man, and he got us. If one for Julio, the Falcons wouldn't be what the Falcons are today. So I support Julio. Uh, Calvin Ridley, it's your time to shine. We got Kyle Pitts, Florida Gator,
Nice draft pick.
So
Yep. Oh
so
yep. Good point. Yep. Former
yeah,
Gator.
man. So Matt Ryan, seasoned quarterback. Yeah, man. Let's make sure our defense is right.
He's given the
Let's make
chance for
sure our
sure.
offensive line is right. So and Mike Davis, our running back, man. We always get older running backs, but Mike Davis looks pretty big to me. So I feel like he can do it.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what happens, man.
Well, Greg, I appreciate all the time you gave to the Minot Sports Podcast today. Unfortunately, we are out of it, but if you want to tell the audience, follow Greg on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, uh, whatever else you got. What are some of your social media handles that you got for the people so they can go check out your latest work with the Gators and a bunch of other amazing stuff.
So my Instagram and Twitter are the same. Is GASPENCE_. And I started a TikTok, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep on doing that. But so I ain't gonna really share
Hey,
that.
I think
Well,
TikTok would be perfect for the stuff you're posting out there. I think that'd
Yeah,
get a lot of traction.
I think so too.
Just me.
It's just like I don't know, man. Sometimes I just be getting I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'll probably do it. Once again, my handles for TikTok, I mean for Instagram and Twitter is G A GASPENCE underscore. Um, and man, I once again, I just want to thank Minot, bro. Just the whole Minot community. Bishop Ryan parents, Ned Rose, faculty and staff and athletes, Bishop Ryan's athletes, Minot State faculty, staff. Big ups to all the athletes there. Um, Academic side with Dr. Cressip and all the professors. All the creators, David, Dave, Sean, Sean Arbo, Trey Morton, Josh Strong. Uh, a big shout out to Easton. Easton Bennett was a really
Yep,
great
Easton Bennett.
help for me. Yeah, Easton taught me a lot about lighting, at least like the basic fundamentals. And Easton will also let me work with him, like when he's creating like deals for I don't know, like he was this for any project that he ever wanted, ever need help on, he would call me, man, and I would tag along with him, man, and I'll just soak up all the energy that all the information that he had, man. Easton's a really great guy. She got a house, man. You know, he's doing it.
Oh yeah, can't go wrong with a Minot High hockey and baseball legend there.
Yeah, man, he's doing it. So I definitely can't forget about Easton at all, man. The broadcasting department at Minot State, man, Lee and Neil. Oh my gosh, I can't say enough about those two dudes at all, man. Like, you already, I know you're definitely grateful for them. I'm super grateful for them.
Yeah, we
Uh,
were very fortunate to have you here with us in KMSU TV and radio.
yeah, man. Like, it's just the whole just that, man. Like, it's just if it wasn't for y'all, I would not be where I'm at today. So I'm eternally grateful. My journey has been a wild and crazy one, and I'm just thankful for all the support from everybody. And I definitely don't want to let anybody down because you know, y'all put a lot of faith into me, and I'm really grateful. I'm really really grateful. So as I can never stop saying thank you enough to the city of Minot, man. I can't.
Yep, shout out to all parties involved, and definitely, Greg, we thank you and we appreciate you for being a part of the journey with us here in the broadcasting courses, and thank you for just being, a motivator, bringing up some advice, being a hype man, but yeah, being out there, being a positive outlook for people out there. So we appreciate you. We thank you for the time here in Minot, especially, but also wishing you the best of luck in your future endeavors. And thank you for being a part of the podcast today.
Nah, man, not a problem, man. There's ever anybody that ever has any questions about video or just about life, man, that just needs to talk, like I'm here, man. Like it's definitely not that I'm a DM from Instagram and Twitter away, man. Like I'm always open ears, man. Just need someone to talk to about anything because I know might not can get rough from time to time. Just you always have just know you always have someone to talk to about
Oh
life
yeah.
or just about video creative stuff, man, or just anything, bro. Because once again, I'm still learning as well. Um, Still learning, but I'm always here for anyone. Why not has supported me so much, so I have to do the same back. So yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That is Greg Spencer. We thank him for being on the show today. Let's have you on in the future again sometime. What do you think?
Oh, where I'm always I'm for it, bro. Easy. Let me know, Cole. I'm a call away or a text
Absolutely.
away.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely have you back on here in the future, and maybe hopefully when the Hawks and Nuggets meet in the NBA Finals sometime, or if it's ever the Broncos and Falcons again in the Super Bowl, who knows? We'll see how that goes. I mean, all teams are trending in their respective directions, but Greg, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you.
Nah, man, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Minot sports fans, you just heard Greg Spencer, Georgia Southern alum, but recently of Minot State as a grad assistant in video production, working at Fourth Floor Creative, and a current member of the Florida Gators as video production, or doing some video production work with them. Greg, thank you. And with that, Minot sports fans, that'll do it with Greg. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Welcome to KMSU TV and radio. You might be asking, what is KMSU? It is the brand name for the MSU Broadcasting Department, home to the many young and aspiring communication majors here at Minot State University. When joining KMSU, there will be many different opportunities to get involved. Students will get a hands-on learning experience in lots of future career fields, like the production of content, being a leader in public relations, operating social media, or even writing and journalism. KMSU is also home to the local public access channel, where students can produce the weekly campus TV show and talk on live radio. From us here at KMSU, we hope to see you along the way.
And there you have it, Minot sports fans. Lots of great things to learn and know about Mr. Greg Spencer. As you can tell, he's widely talented and, he's had to go through, a few things that he wasn't used to or some things that he had to figure out on his own. And when he found something he liked, when he was given an inch, he took it a mile. Took more, rather 10 miles or 100 miles. Whatever you want to call it, he made it count when it needed to, and he found the instant passion for it. So we thank Greg a lot for being on the show, teaching us some things about life as a video producer or a grad assistant or videographer. So it's nice to shine a little bit of light on that, getting to know about the ins and outs of a local sports personality like Greg and what he was doing during his time here up in Minot. But again, we thank him and wish him nothing but the best in his future, and especially down in the University of Florida. But that is going to do it for episode 2 of the 2021 Summer Series production of the Minot Sports Podcast. Again, I am your host, Cole Clementich, signing off on another episode. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. As always, be sure to check out the podcast on social media. Thank you to our sponsors, KMSU TV and radio, Peyton, Bartsch, and Joshua Strong Photography. Follow them on social media. And that is going to do it. So Minot sports fans, have a good rest of your day. Take care as always, and I will see you in the next one.